Hello friends, in this video, we will cover weekly current affairs from 22nd July to 28th July. And we will provide you free PDF of the same in our Telegram channel. Please share your valuable feedback after watching this video in comment box. Let's start our session. First, we will cover current affairs from GS1 paper, then GS2, then 3 and 4. So we have our index here. You can see what are topics to be covered. Let's start with our first news. Recently, Assam's Maidoms, which are mound burial system of Ahom dynasty, inscribed in UNESCO's World Heritage List as India's 43rd entry, which makes India stand at 6th position globally for the most number of World Heritage properties. And currently, India is hosting its first ever session since joining UNESCO's World Heritage Convention from 1977. This brings global attention to the unique 700-year-old mound burial system of Ahom kings at Charaidev. Charaidev was their capital, highlighting the rich cultural heritage of Assam and India. The Maidoms of Charaidev, which celebrate and preserve royal lineage through colossal architecture, are comparable to pyramids of Egypt and royal graves in ancient China. Let's see what is Maidoms. Maidoms are royal mound burial site created by Thai Ahoms in northeastern India, in the foothills of Patkai ranges in eastern Assam. These are considered sacred by Thai Ahoms and reflect their unique funerary practices. The Thai Ahom people arrived in Assam in 13th century, establishing Charaidev as their first city. For 600 years, from 13th to 19th century CE, the Thai Ahom constructed Maidans or homes for spirit, using natural elements like hill, forest, and water to create a sacred geography. These mounds were initially built with wood and later with stone and burnt bricks, as documented in the Changurang Phukan, the Ahom's traditional canonical literature. On 22nd July, we celebrated our National Flag Day, which commemorates the adoption of Indian national flag on 22nd July 1947 by Constituent Assembly of India chaired by Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The design of a wheel shall be that of wheel chakra, which appears on the abacus of Sarnath, lion capital of Ashoka. Sarnath pillar, हम उसको अशोक चक्र भी बोलते हैं. Then width to length of the flag shall ordinarily be 2:3. We have 6 flags in our history. Firstly created in 1906 was unofficial flag of India. Then the Berlin Community flag, first raised by Bhikaji Kama in 1907, and this flag used during the Home Rule movement in 1917. And this we have Tarkha. It was unofficially adopted in 1921. And this was adopted in 1938. This flag was also the battle sign of the Indian National Army. And this is our official flag, present tricolor flag of India, adopted in 1947. Then we have news from geography, the location of Minami Toroshima Island in Japan. Recently, researchers uncovered cobalt and nickel minerals deposit from this island, and these are essential components in EV batteries. Minami Toroshima is a coral atoll in Central Pacific Ocean, southeast of Japan. Here it is. It is located at the easternmost edge of Japan, and it is first in Japan to see the sunrise. It is triangular-shaped island of Minami Toroshima, located on Marcus Necker Ridge in the Pacific Ocean. On 23rd July, India celebrated birth anniversary of Chandrasekhar Azad. He was born in Aliraj district of Madhya Pradesh. 15 years old student, joined non-cooperation movement in December 1921. After the suspension of non-cooperation movement in 1922 by Gandhiji, Azad joined Hindustan Republican Association. HRA was a revolutionary organization established in 1924 in Kanpur by Sachindranath Sanyal and Ramchandra Prasad Bismil and Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee to organize armed revolution to overthrow colonial government. And the members were Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, Sukhdev, Roshan Singh, Ashfaqullah Khan, and Rajendra Lahori. HRA was later reorganized as Hindustan Socialist Republican Army (HSRA). It was established in 1928 as Firoz Shah Kotla in New Delhi by Chandrasekhar Azad, Ashfaqullah Khan, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, and Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee. Then he was also involved in conspiracy to blow up Lord Irving train in 1929. Let's see how climate change impacts children's education, which was published in Global Education Monitoring Report of United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, highlighted the long-term impact of climate shocks experienced by early childhood, which are the impacts of climate change on their education. First, vulnerability of children. Children are vulnerable to physical hazards like flood, droughts, heat waves, which can negatively impact physical abilities, cognitive abilities, and emotional well-being and educational opportunities. Second, impact on cognitive abilities of children. Analysis of disaster affecting over 140,000 children in 7 Asian countries showed a negative correlation with school enrollment for boys and mathematics performance by girls by the age 13-14. Impact of heat and environmental variability. The heat of effects higher than the average temperature during the prenatal and early life are linked to fewer years of schooling. In India, rainfall shocks during early life negatively impact vocabulary at age 5 and mathematics and non-cognitive skills at age 15. And what are the recommendations of report? We need to adapt climate adaptation strategies, including improved school infrastructure, curriculum reforms, and community engagement. Then integrate curriculum to provide both climate science knowledge and skills in resilience, adaptation, and sustainable development. Proactive measures to mitigate climate impact on education. Proactive measures are recommended, including strengthening school infrastructure, training educators for psychological academic support, promoting community resilience through awareness and adaptation initiatives, then investing in education. There is call for increased investment in educational system to enhance their resilience to climate-related disruption, ensuring continuity of education despite environmental challenges. The National Mission on Cultural Mapping. The Ministry of Culture has launched National Mission on Cultural Mapping (NMCM) to provide comprehensive overview of cultural heritage of villages across India. It aims to raise awareness of cultural heritage roles in development and identity while mapping the cultural aspects of 6.5 lakh villages in creating national register of artists and art practices, along with a web portal and mobile app for national cultural workplace. The database will be available at Mera Gaon, Meri Dharwar web portal. Then we have free news from GS2. The Bhil community is demanding separate Bhil state, Bhil Pradesh. The demand was firstly raised in 1913 when Govindagiri Banjara, a tribal activist and social reformer, first called for a separate Bhil state. During a mobilization of Mangal Hill, it would cover 49 districts across 4 contiguous states, including Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. Why they are demanding? The reasons for their demand is cultural and linguistic homogeneity. They share a common language called Bhili and cultural practices across 4 states. Then geographical consideration. They share significant tribal population, and this region has historical and cultural ties that transcend current state boundaries. Political marginalization. Tribal leaders claim that existing political structures and have failed to adequately address the needs and aspirations of the Bhil community. And developmental focus. Proponents believe that a separate state would lead to more tailored development policies and better utilization of resources for tribal welfare. And what are the other regions demanding separate state? We have Vidarbha from Maharashtra and Bodoland from northern Assam. From now, the CBI will require written consent from state of Madhya Pradesh to initiate an inquiry against state officials. Then, Supreme Court ruled that right to shelter is a fundamental right under Article 21, which is right to life. It also includes adequate privacy, space, security, lighting, ventilation, and basic infrastructure, and proximity to workplaces and social amenities. So we have lots of news from GS3, the program on science of natural farming. Recently, the regional consultation program on science of natural farming emphasized the importance of natural farming as a sustainable agricultural practice. Then what is natural farming? It is an agricultural practice that emphasizes minimal intervention and the use of natural resources to cultivate crops. It is largely based on farm biomass recycling, with major stress on biomass mulching, use of cow dung and urine formation, maintaining soil aeration, and exclusion of all synthetic chemical inputs. There are 5 components of natural farming. Bijamrit. It includes treatment of seeds using cow dung, urine, and lime-based formulation. Then Rapasa. This process involves activating earthworms in the soil in order to create water vapor condensation. Then plant protection. This involves spraying of biological concoction which prevents pest disease and weed problems and protects the plant and improves their soil fertility. Then mulching. This process involves creating microclimate using different mulches with trees, crops, biomass to conserve soil moisture. And Jivamrit. It enhances the fertility of soil using cow urine and dung, flora funces, and jaggery concoction. Jaggery named order the government schemes. Bharatiya Prakritik Krishi Paddhati. It is a submission under Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, which falls within the umbrella of National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture and National Mission on Natural Farming. And the economic survey for 2023 and 24 was released by Ministry of Finance. It is prepared by Economic Division of Department of Economic Affairs under the supervision of Chief Economic Advisor, currently V. Ananta Nageshwaran. It is tabled in both houses of Parliament by Union Finance Minister. Its purpose to review the developments in the Indian economy over the previous 12 months and to summarize the performance on major development programs and to highlight the policy initiatives of government. Does the Constitution of India provide for the budget? Without the recommendation of President, no demand for grant can be made and no money bill imposing tax can be introduced. No money can be withdrawn from the Consolidated Fund of India except under the appropriation made by law. And the role of Parliament, money or financial bill involving taxation, it is introduced in Lok Sabha only. And Lok Sabha has demand for grant power. Money and financial bill is to be written to Lok Sabha by Rajya Sabha in 14 days only. And Lok Sabha may or may not accept the recommendation made by Rajya Sabha. Recently, Center for Research on Energy and Clean Energy, CREA, released the mid-year air quality assessment for India, covering the period from first half of the year. It is the overview of nation's air pollution level. Birnihat, located in Assam Meghalaya border, it is the most polluted city in India, with an average PM 2.5 concentration of 140 micrograms per cubic meter. India's top 10 polluted cities are in Haryana, 2 each, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, 1 in Delhi, Assam and Bihar. Top 10 polluted cities were spread across 16 state and union territories, indicating the widespread nature of air pollution in India. Maharashtra and Karnataka had the highest number of cities under the good and satisfactory categories, while Bihar had the most cities in moderate category. Then these are the initiatives taken for controlling air pollution. We have National Clean Air Program, Bharat Stage Emission Standards, Solid Waste Management Rules, then Suffer Portal Air Quality Index, Graded Response Action Plan, National Air Quality Monitoring Program, and Commission for Air Quality can grow more faster than our past with AI and new energy technology. Over the past decade, India's GDP has nearly doubled to $3.5 trillion, reflecting its status as one of the world's fastest growing major economies. To further enhance growth and competitiveness, it is crucial to prioritize AI and new energy technologies that can transform the entire economy. Here, new energy means renewable energy. Key emerging sectors for India's economic growth. Building India's own AI stack. While India's economy has digitalized significantly, its compute penetration remains low. Despite huge success in information technology services, they represent only 1% of $30 trillion of global technology industry. Data colonization. It refers to the control and exploitation of data resources by foreign entities, raising concerns about sovereignty and national security. India generates 20% of world's total data, yet 80% is stored offshore and proceed into AI and imported back in dollars to India. India must reverse this trend by leveraging its digital public infrastructure to create privacy-preserving datasets. Compute infrastructure. In terms of compute infrastructure, India currently has only 1 gigawatt of data center capacity, while the global capacity is 50 gigawatts. 3 pillars of new energy ecosystem. Renewable energy generation. India's RE capacity has grown from 72 gigawatts to 175 gigawatts in 9 years, with solar capacity rising from 3.8 gigawatts to more than 88 gigawatts. To meet its 500 gigawatt target by 2030, India needs to significantly ramp up its focus on renewable energy deployment. Battery storage. For RE to be truly effective, India must couple it with a robust battery storage solution. Currently, its battery storage protection capacity is only 2 gigawatt per hour compared to India's 700 gigawatt hour. Then EV sector. In EV sector, India's current auto penetration is less than 200 vehicles per 1,000 people only, with 2 million EVs sold annually compared to China's 30 million. By 2030, India should aim to become world's largest EV market, potentially producing 50 million EVs. By building its own technologies and supply chains, India can make its economy more energy efficient and create tens of millions of future ready jobs. This transition will secure its energy dependence and position it as a key player in global fight against climate change. India's path to global leadership lies in mastering these technologies of the future in Gulf Stream and climate sensitivity. The recent study published in Nature has revealed that Gulf Stream has significantly stronger during the previous ice age, about 20,000 years ago, due to more powerful winds across the subtropical North Atlantic near Mexico. This finding suggests that Gulf Stream strength is sensitive to changes with wind patterns, which could impact future climate if these winds weaken due to climate change. The Gulf Stream is a powerful ocean current that brings warm water from the Gulf of Mexico up to the eastern coast of North America. Then it crosses the Atlantic Ocean, influencing climate of Western Europe by making it warmer than it would otherwise be. Key highlights of the study. The finding showed the Gulf Stream was twice as deep and fast during the previous ice age. Impact on climate. Despite the strength of Gulf Stream, the global climate was much colder than at present. The weakened Gulf Stream in future could limit tropical heat reaching Europe, potentially cooling the continent and raising sea levels in North America. Role of Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation AMOC. The Gulf Stream is part of AMOC, which involves both deep water formation and wind patterns. Climate change induced disruptions such as melting glaciers from Greenland could weaken the AMOC, and weakened AMOC could significantly cool Europe by 10 to 15 degrees, which disrupt agriculture and alter weather patterns. And on 29th July, we celebrated International Tiger Day. This is Bengal tiger, our national animal. As per the government's data, 628 tigers have died during the past 5 years. The number of tiger deaths are highest in 2023 since 2012. India is now home to 3/4 of the world's tigers. It is found only in 13 countries, which includes India subcontinent and Russia, China, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. As per the latest report by IUCN, tiger has gone extinct in Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. It is protected under CITES Appendix 1 and listed as endangered in IUCN Red List. Habitat loss, poaching, illegal trade, human-wildlife conflicts are threat to their population. Then here are some MCQs. You can pause and answer. You can solve 2 questions from mains. So that's for this week, guys. If you liked the video, then like. If don't, then dislike. And any suggestion, improvement are welcomed. Do drop them in comment box. Thank you.